My name is Daniel Wells, and I'll be evaluating Google. I'll be evaluating Google based on two main criteria: their business strategies and their presence, both in the physical and digital world. Let's start with their business strategy. I'll be emphasizing the business strategy of the way they use their products to advertise themselves. One product that advertises itself is Google smartphones. Whenever a smartphone is turned on or off, it says the word Droid out loud for everyone around to hear. Same thing when it receives a text message. It says the word droid. It advertises itself because other people can hear it and see it happen, and then they become interested in it, and they decided to look it up themselves, and maybe they'll get a smartphone too, by Google. And then other people will see it, and it spreads, almost like a virus. The second product example that we can see this being applied in is Google Glass. They're basically a pair of glasses that everybody can wear that acts as a smartphone. Other people can see other people using the Google Glass as a smartphone, and they would become interested in it themselves. It's a way that it advertises itself because other people see it happen, and they look it up and get the product just like the smartphone. Now let's talk about their presence in the physical world. We're going to be looking at their presence relative to their competition. According to this graph, we can see the revenue of three major companies. Apple, represented by the longest bar, which is green, Microsoft in blue, and Google in red. According to the chart, the revenue of Google is actually far below that of its competition, meaning that its presence isn't as high as it could be in the general marketplace. However, if we look at the net profit margin for each company, we can see that they're all almost exactly the same all throughout time. Throughout the past 12 quarters or 3 years, their net profit margin has been almost equal. This indicates that Google is still earning a decent amount compared to its revenue, almost 10% all the way across the past 3 years. This means that they can still take an investment and turn it into a profit, even though their products aren't as much in the market as much of their competitors. And now, let's talk about their presence in the digital world. Their digital world presence is humongous. They have huge websites such as YouTube or Google search, but that's not the reason why they're being evaluated. The reason they're being evaluated is because of how they use that digital presence. They use it to collect data. Their data collections occur while users use their sites, such as YouTube or Google search. Every time someone searches for something, Google collects that information and recommends an advertisement or a video based on what they search for. So users are getting relevant advertisements and relevant YouTube videos based on what they watch or search. So some people become uneasy about that fact. They say, oh, I'm being watched, oh, I'm being monitored, I don't like that. So Google comes up with a solution to help those people. This is called the opt-in and opt-out model. Here's an example of an opt-in model. It's basically a notification saying, hey, we're going to collect your data. Is this okay? The user clicks OK, and Google then collects the data from that user and gives them something back that's relevant to them. In this example, it takes their location data and provides them with directions. That's an example of the opt-in model. The user opts in to have their data collected. The opposite side is opt-out, in which a user has to say, no, I don't want my data to be collected. That's it for the digital presence world. So in conclusion, even though Google may have their problems, such as their presence in the general marketplace isn't as high as it could be, or users are uneasy of their data being collected, Google tends to come up with solutions to get past this. They use their innovation to satisfy the users. And for that reason, I believe that Google can turn an investment into a profit, and they are worth investing in. Thank you.